Quiet, Caesar's talking.
Calpurnia!
I'm here, my lord.
Stand right here and answer this tap while he runs the race. Antonius!
Yes, Caesar.
Antonius, after you take off, don't forget to touch Calpurnia. Because our wise elders say that if you touch an infertile woman during this holy race, she'll be free from the curse of sterility.
I'll remember. When Caesar says do this, it is done.
Continue then. Don't forget to perform all the rituals.
Caesar!
Who's calling me?
Quiet, everyone, quiet.
Who in the crowd is calling me? I hear a voice more piercing than the music of these trumpets calling Caesar. Speak, Caesar is listening.
Beware of March 15.
As Soothsayer is telling you to beware of March 15th.
Bring him in front of me. Let me see his face.
You fellow, step out of the crowd. This is Caesar you're looking at.
What do you have to say to me now? Speak once again.
Beware of March 15.
He's insane. Let's leave him. Let's move.
Are you going to the game?
Not me,
Please come.
but I don't like sports. And I'm not competitive like Antony. But don't let me keep you from going, Cassius. I'll go my own way.
Brutus, I've been watching you lately. You seem less good-natured and affectionate towards me than usual. You've been stubborn and unfamiliar with me, your friend who loves you.
Cassius, don't take it badly. If I seem guarded, it's only because I'm uneasy with myself. Lately, I've been overwhelmed with private thoughts and inner conflicts which have affected my behavior. But this shouldn't trouble my good friends, and I consider you a good friend, Cassius. Don't think any more about my distractions than a poor Brutus, who is at war with himself, forgets to show affection to others.
Brutus, I misunderstood your feelings, and therefore kept to myself certain thoughts I might have shared. Tell me, good Brutus, can you see your face?
No, Cassius, the eye cannot see itself, except by reflection in other surfaces.
That's true, and it's too bad, Brutus, that you don't have any mirrors that could display your hidden excellence to yourself. I've heard many of the noblest Romans, next to the immortal Caesar, speaking of you, complaining of the tyranny of Syrian government, and wishing that your eyes were working better.
What dangers are you trying to lead me into, Cassius? That you want me to look inside myself for something that is not there?
I'll tell you, good Brutus, and since you know you can see yourself best by reflection, I'll be your mirrors and show you, without exaggeration, things inside you that you can't see. And don't be suspicious of me, noble Brutus. If I were your average fool, or if I made my promises of friendships to everybody, or if you'd seen me first flattering men, hugging them tightly, later standing them behind their backs, or if you're here that I drunkenly declare friendship and banquets with all the rabble, only then, of course, go ahead and assume I'm dangerous.
Why are you shouting? I'm afraid the people have made Caesar their king.
Really? Are you afraid of that? Then I have to assume you don't want him to be king.
I don't, Cassius, though I love Caesar very much. But why do you keep me here so long? What do you want to tell me? If it's for the good of the Romans, I do it, even if it meant my death. Let the gods give me good luck only as long as I love honor more than I fear death.
I know this quality in you, Brutus. It is familiar to me as your face. Indeed, honor is what I want to talk to you about. I don't know what you and other men think of this life, but as for me, I'd rather not live at all than live to worship a man as ordinary as myself. I was born as free as Caesar. So were you. We both have eaten as well. And we can both endure the cold winter as well as he. Once on a cold and windy day, when the river was... I know this quality in you, Brutus. It is as familiar to me as your face. Indeed, honor is what I want to talk to you about. I don't know what you and other men think of this life, but as for me, I'd rather not live at all than live to worship a man as ordinary as myself. I was born as free as Caesar. So were you. We both have eaten as well, and we can both endure the cold winter as well he. Once, on a cold and windy day, when the river Tiber was crashing into its banks, Caesar said to me, Cassius, I dare you to jump into this rough water with me, and swim to that point here. As soon as they spoke, though as I was fully dressed, I plunged into and called in it as familiar to me as your face. Indeed, honor is what I want to talk to you about. I don't know what you and other men think of this life, but as for me, I'd rather not live it at all. To worship as men, as ordinary as myself. I was born as free as Caesar. So were you. We both have eaten as well. And we can both endure the cold winter as well as he. Once on a cold and windy day, when the river Tiber was crashing into its banks, Caesar said to me, "Cassius, I dare you to jump into this rough water with me and swim to that point there." As soon as he spoke, though I was fully dressed, I plunged in and called for him to follow. And he did. The water roared, and we fought against it with vigorous arms. And thanks to our fierce competitiveness, we made progress. But before we reached the end point, Caesar cried, "Help me, Cassius, or I will sink!" And just as Aeneas, the hero who founded Rome, emerged from the fires of Troy, with his elderly father, Anchises, on his shoulder, so I emerged from the Tiber carrying the tired Caesar. And this is the man who has now become a god, and I am wrenched a creature, who must bow down if Caesar so much as carelessly nods my way. In Spain, Caesar had a fever, and it made him shake. It's true, this so-called god, he shook, his cowardly lips turned white, and the same eye whose gaze terrifies the world lost its gleam. I heard him groan. Yes, I did. Obey him and transcribe his speeches in their books. Cried. Give me some water, Titanus. Like a sick girl, it astounds me that such a weak man could beat the whole world and carry the trophy of victory alone.
More shouting. I think this is a process for some new honors awarded to Caesar.
Why? Caesar travels the narrow world like a giant, and we petty men walk under his huge legs and look forward only to dying dishonorably, as slaves. Men can be masters of their fate. It's not destiny's fault, but our own fault that we are slaves. Brutus and Caesar, what's so special about Caesar? Why should the name be proclaimed more than yours? Write them together. Yours is just as good as the name. Pronounce them. It's just as nice to say. Weigh them. It's just as heavy. Cast spells at them, and Brutus will call up a ghost, as well as Caesar. Now, in the name of all the gods, I ask you, what food does Caesar eat that has made him grow so great? Our era should be ashamed. Rome has lost the ability to raise noble men. When was that ever an age? Since the beginning of time? That didn't feature more than one famous man. Until now, no one could say that only one man mattered in all of vast Rome. Now, though in all of Rome, there is only room for one more. You and I have heard our fathers talk of Brutus, our ancestor. Who would have let the devil himself reign in his Roman Republic before he let a king rule?
I have no doubt that you love me, and I'm beginning to understand what you want me to do. What I think about this and about what's happening here in Rome, I'll tell you later. For now, don't try to persuade me anymore. I ask you as a friend, I'll think over what you said. I'll listen patiently to whatever else you have to say, and I'll find a good time for us to discuss further such weighty matters. Until then, my noble friend, think about this. I'd rather be a poor villager than call myself a citizen of Rome under the hard conditions that this time is likely to put us through.
I'm glad that my weak words have provoked you, even this small show of protest from you.